Hello, this is Beta. Just before we begin with this ridiculously stupid video, I want to give a very clear disclaimer. This is one of, if not the most single uninformative video on YouTube. Everything is a lie, from the facts, to the spelling, to the visuals, to the audio cues. Do not take away anything from this video. Just because I say something in this video doesn't necessarily mean it's a lie, okay? I'm doing this introduction because I know there's a lot of stupid people on the internet, and I don't really want to, I don't know, cause a world health crisis. Alright, enjoy. The highest grossing movie of all time is Paul Blart Mall Cop, rigging in a record-breaking $241. One shot of hand sanitizers can be diluted with 3 shots of water to make vodka. In 1741, in France, a man named Du Neuvillette-Coy traveled to Japan to study its flora and fauna. His interest to a specific species of white and orange fish led to the naming of said species to be koi. Bottle flipping is a competitive sport invented in Old England during the early 2100s. Mao is actually alive because he went to Nigeria to test some de-aging drugs. He is now a sewage worker in New Jersey. You need to wear 16 sunglasses to completely blind yourself to everything except the sun and a TGI Fridays. A striped bumblebee is actually not composed of 2 colors. Some bumblebee can generate white pigment that makes a tricoloration on the stripes. The 14th word on the 14th Amendment on the 14th red rafting created by the 14th French Prime Minister administration is quack. Almost 1 billion people say bazinga every day. There are nearly 7,000 types of Kleenex tissue flavors. The term uppercase and lowercase was invented by John. This John. These 2 people are the same person 10 minutes apart. The lower back half of a male koala is called the zolza. Its name comes from Zoe Alzabang, a French novelist who wrote the now obscure book The Koala's Keys. The Koala's Keys is a sexual bestiality erotica in which young Zoe Alza writes of her sexual exploitation journey within the 1800s koala black market. Tetrafluoride formaldehyde is the chemical compound synthesized using oxygenated fluoride sulfate and difluoride aldehyde fumate. When gun is spelled backwards, it spells mug. The Earth is a globe. Most iMacs start up with the key of B flat. However, if you submerge the iMac in a vat of calcium dihydrogenate, it now starts up in the key of A flat. If you submerge the iMac in water, F flat. The B flat for air, A flat for calcium dihydrogenate, and F flat for water is the reason that biomedicine students in Johns Hopkins University came up with an acronym for the recipe of hydronitrate calcium ditrinidated as BAF. There are 341 Pokemon as of this recording that have at least 20% of their body covered in yellow. Within all those Pokemon names, there are a total of 21 Z's, 347 X's, and 14,000 E's. The script for this video has 19 typographical errors before they were not fixed. Australia has a secret ritual of punching people in the genitals when greeting them for the 5th time. If an Australian you've met for the first time hasn't punched you in the balls, even if you've met them in more than 5 different occasions, it means that they think you aren't an interesting or funny person. Feel free to punch them in the genitals to signal to them that you are indeed a cool mate. Water was invented by Neil Armstrong, and putting a hamster in a microwave will turn it into a Neil Armstrong, and tissue paper and rat poison share 13 ingredients, and plastic is considered a mineral. The 4th knob on the M Audio Duo recording device controls the volume of the 3rd input volume cable. Nintendo Joy-Cons come in 20 different designs. Stephen Hawking's cryogenically frozen body is currently under this emblem in Stanford. There was a contractual obligation between Stanford and Stephen Hawking that allowed this to be possible, in which Stephen Hawking threatened to release the nudes of John F. Stanford. As of this recording, those nudes are speculated to be under the same emblem where Stephen Hawking is buried. Discord started as a feet rating website. Deviled eggs are the only type of officially recognized dish by the Michelin Company, which contains parsley and buttercream. Certain curtains can only be manufactured within Sweden because the peanut butter they feed silkworms is extra chunky to get the thick laces for the curtain strings. The Logical Right Light 2 camera is compatible with all versions of Windows computers. Mercury is the 5th furthest planet from any given time on the moon. The floss was a dance move before it was a dental utensil. I'm happy and fulfilled and I feel great. Every time you jump, you influence the trajectory of the Earth by 16 kilometers over the span of 30 years. This created a major change for the Earth's trajectory as certain areas of the world with densely populated cities pushes the Earth towards a specific direction. This is believed to be the primary factor causing climate change. Paper airplanes were considered as British bombing techniques during early theories of air-based combat. 4% of all cheese is stolen. Wait, that one's actually true? Okay, 5% of all cheese is stolen. The lower left leg of a chair is called a stews. The lower right leg of a chair is called the fuke-yo, colloquially known as fuck. On April 15, 2017, Michelle McWinfrey died in San Antonio, Texas at 9:04 a.m. Later that day at 9:05 p.m., a baby was born named Michelle McWinfrey. Whilst people initially see this as an incredible coincidence, doctors believe that Michelle McWinfrey is actually the first recorded instance of a human being reincarnating as another separate human being. When these doctors told this news to the parents of the newly born Michelle McWinfrey, they subsequently ate the baby, thinking that the baby would give them immortality. A single elevator, on average, kills 14 mammals, 13 reptiles, 12 fish, and 11 winged creatures every 10 seconds.
Middle rulers are statistically more likely to become pigs than wooden rulers. This is because middle rulers have a coat of pig fat on its surface to give it the middling shine.
According to a survey done in Newark, New Jersey, the best usage of an iPhone without the internet is to check the time. The 36th word of the 36th Marvel movie said in the 36th minute is pontification. An average of 3 live rats can be found living inside of any currently flying Boeing 767 airplane. The most popular game using hands, according to British school children in 1948, is to use their pointer fingers like lightsabers and to bully each other. The highest critically acclaimed movie of all time, according to the Christian International Organization, is Paul Blart Mall Cop. The most commonly used phrase invented by a Turkish poet is Amor mi amor, paisano mamma mia. Milk can cause autism. The sun is made of cheese. Therefore, sun radiation can cause autism. In Kansas City, there is a statue nicknamed the Arayaga Kiwi. She was the first of many female generals in the Confederacy. At around 10 p.m. in most major US cities, at least 4 people are having sex within a kilometer radius. That number is not the same in other developed countries, however. In Japan, 0 people are having sex all the time. The Japanese water brand Itoen Migakarete Sumikita Nihon no Mizu has a holding capacity of 1.45 milliliters. The California Disney Animal Kingdom ride Raging Boners is a secret VIP attraction where guests can have intimate sex with a Mickey or Minnie Mouse while Donald Duck watches through a window. This hieroglyphic means to spat sausage. When a water bottle is filled with 1 part Sprite, 2 parts olive oil, 3 parts Cabernet Sauvignon 1957, and 1 part blueberry jam, it creates a cocktail most often called a Zinger Mickle Matty Gaga. This fan art of Sonic and Mario kissing was joint directed by Yoshikage Goemon, the CEO of Nintendo of America, and Jonathan Banks, the CEO of Team Sonic. The most common word used in every single YouTube video ever uploaded is bazinga. I don't know where you live. The furthest jump recorded in Minecraft is 4.77 blocks or 3.12 meters. In 1982, Kazakhstan introduced a new mascot for their national soccer team. Its name was Scott the Wall. In most situations, laptops are classified as a portable piece of hardware. However, what many don't realize is that when a laptop weighs more than 30 kilograms or just about 70 pounds, it is now considered a PC. And any company that described that device as a laptop is now participating in false advertising. Reporting such false advertising can reward you with a full refund plus a $14 million form from the manufacturing company. The world's longest makeout session is 93 years, 11 months, 12 days, 27 hours, 54 seconds, and 591 milliseconds by 14 people. The small piece of ribbon attached to backpack zippers was invented by Bill Clinton. In literary writing, the sentence immediately after a major character dies is called an und. The word with the most repeated letters is Jeffrey Katzenberg. The school with the least amount of attending students in the US is Otepo Peak University, mostly because this university only accepts amputee patients. Yellowstone National Park used to be a national monument until the French stole it. 90% of Mr. Beast's life is recorded on camera. 9% of all people's lives are also recorded on camera. Most people have assholes. Most people are assholes. In Super Smash Bros., playing as Zelda, Meteoroid, and Kid Icarus on the Super Mario World 2 stage unlocks a hidden cutscene where the Joker from Marvel Comics and Dark Kid Icarus fight against Mew and Mega Man X. Did you get all the video game references there? The 15th most used font in Excel is Magneto. The 14th most used font in OneNote is Franklin Gothic Medium Font. According to an anonymous online survey conducted in the 14th century, the top 10 ways people plan to die was in the following. Number 1. Falling in a hole. Every year, developing countries use approximately 111,111 gallons of Molly. Fire in the Hole is a popular meme that was created in the hit mobile game of the 2010s, Celeste. Plushies are a scheme to spy on children. In Richard Wagner's Many Worlds theory, it is said that a key policy made during 1200 BC regarding food imports during the Roman Empire dictated whether femboys could compose a large sector of the population today. The term to procreate was derived from the sound young horses make when they step on dogs. 6 out of 10 fluorescent lights hide surprise $100 bills inside the lamp bulbs to incentivize people to break them. The longest game of Connect 4 ever played was held during Oklahoma Weekly Board Game Tournament. The game lasted 14 seconds. The first ever emoji created is not from any modern idea of computers. Rather, the first emoji created was in a punch card, in which the face was made with 11 holes that, when passed through a stereophonic sound device, would make this sound. Scrabble can only be played with 14 people. This video isn't 30 minutes of misinformation. I ran out of misinformation, and from now until the end of the video, it is going to be a black screen. So far, I have spoken a total of 1,266 words. The last fact was 18 words long. Jimmy Kimmel is actually a real human being that has real emotions and a big heart full of the best type of fuel, jet fuel. When 30 men were asked to watch a video of monkeys having sex, 16 of them refused, 7 of them accepted, 3 of them were monkeys disguising as men, and 5 of them wanted to join in. On Microsoft Word, the hexadecimal color code of the save button is #F99998. On average, 15 of the people you meet in a month have watched The Simpsons before. The letter L takes 2 strokes to write. When you reverse the numbers in the number 96, you get 2-time Emmy Award nominee McWinston McManister. Since you started watching this video, you blinked 2 times. Every year on April 15th in Manitowoc, Wisconsin, they hold a salute festival, where they repeatedly salute by holding their arms straight outward in a 45 inclined degree angle, hands flat. This is to salute their local town hero, Elois Jr. Paintings use a specific type of flower to make their canvas, the Agadir melopoxa. All of the information on the internet is always true no matter what you think. Handyman is actually an inaccurate job title. Most handymen use their toes to operate equipment. When holding a bone saw, the saw is lodged between the thumb and the middle finger. This grip is called the Charleston Special and is most often used when fixing U-shaped funnel pipes. The sounds of the animatronics from the hit game Five Nights at Freddy's are actually distorted sounds of sheep that was recorded by the game's creator, Matthew Patrick, in Phoenix, Arizona. The color jet black was named after a pilot's pet seagull, Jet. Jet died in an Exxon oil spill accident, hence the color name. The original version of Clippy on the Windows 97 had a single line of unused code. I will read this code out to you now. Closed squiggly bracket, opening squiggly bracket, apostrophe, L hashtag quotation mark dash 049536 at mark, closed squiggly bracket, opening bracket, closing bracket, quotation mark, closing bracket, $, opening square bracket, at mark, PEWL, comma, opening square bracket, VR, colon, period, semicolon, 2453, opening square bracket, at mark, ALK, 4PO @TVIMO3NIRGTFDS semicolon comma LV2 opening square bracket 45906 apostrophe opening square bracket quotation mark 4205487 closing square bracket closing square bracket. Due to a typographical error in the classic children's book Diary of a Wimpy Kid, the fourth book Dog Days' blurb reads as the following. Watch Wimpy Kid and friends jerking it to the dogs. Damn go Greg Heffley, tap them up. The 156th president of Poland is called John Doe. Doe was best known for his policy of international proletarianism, a policy that involved economic negotiations with major countries in order to get a chokehold on the international soap supply. The game Angry Birds Ultimate was once sponsored by Hentai Haven, once leading to a special bird collaboration, Sweetie Bird. Pens are famously used as a relaxation device by sticking them straight into your eyes. The ink lubricates your pupil, and the ballpoint pen treads smoothly over the organ. In the 13th episode of the hit series Big Bang Theory, on the 13th minute, the 13th word said by Sheldon is... Fuck. The Pokemon Mimikyu had an alternate name during development called Porkachu. The name combined Pork and Pikachu, as Mimikyu's original design had a pig-like creature dressing up as Pikachu. This, however, was changed after Pokemon was sued by the US National Pork and Porn Association as it violated copyright laws, seeing that they had already had the rights to the name Porkachu through the Pork and Porn Associate mascots. Stickers were invented by French astrologist Sussex Planister, originally used to cover up skin. The father of chibi art is said to be New Kyo. Kyo created the first chibi character, Chibi-ron, as a symbol of hatred for the types of romance films that only had consenting adults. In a technicality in California law, most road signs, including the stop sign, speed limit sign, reserved parking sign, and the do not enter signs, are just a suggestion, meaning you don't actually have to follow them. The letter Y was invented in a bar in Wisconsin. The instant filter lowers the opacity of a given image by 14% and increases the contrast by 70%. USB-C cable holes are shaped like really long female accountants named Janice. Burning money can help you get more money. You see, pennies are no longer actually a valid piece of currency, and the government have specific grants within state boards to individuals and companies who smelt down pennies into copper, which the copper used for a single penny is valued at a higher price. Solar panels actually generate electricity from the air molecules that hit the panel, not the photons emitted by the sun. This is because the sun is a lie. Grass is toxic and can kill you, but most grass pesticides aren't toxic and are actually a secret ingredient in most recipes for ranch dressing. Tony the Tiger canonically has 7 nipples. Milk can actually cause autism, and people with lactose intolerance are more often to be neurotypical. Paper is just recycled glass. Wood is made of more glass. Water is made of liquid glass. And metal is great at insulating glass. Cameras actually shoot air particles and detect their trajectory to take photos. This is why they can see you even in the dark. Sand actually contains small bits of gold, so collecting them as much as you can is actually a pretty good idea. Chairs were originally designed to eat people. The antonym of the word seafood is land food, a word used to describe cow meat, vegetables, mushrooms, and people. Fortnite was actually originally released on the Nintendo DS. All poisons are actually weak to soap. In fact, most poisons can be purified using soap and is therefore ingestible. There's actually a little bit of uranium-225 in your body right now, and the body requires it to continue living. Looking at the sun for 1 whole minute every day keeps your eyes nice and healthy. According to most top researchers, fentanyl is the speculated cure for all types of cancer. The only person to ever die in a speeding event was McMillian Big Cheese, a 39-year-old Canadian who ate too many cherry seeds during an endurance round, building up a lethal dosage of cyanide inside his digestive system. Stacking 14 elephants on top of each other is actually a lot easier than it sounds, and grants you a seat on the UN Council. Giving out a backshot to the current sitting US president will cause an immediate transfer of power, making the backshotter the new US president, and this is why there will never be a female US president. The youngest person to ever die was 32 years old. Did you know that Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII was actually invented inside a 7-Eleven? Statistically, if you were to refer to the jury as chat in your court, your chances of winning the case are higher. According to Steve Jobs, you can actually fix a cracked iPhone screen by wiping it with toothpaste. The PS5 has slightly more processing power than the Xbox Series X, but both easily lose to this video of a cat. Before you go to sleep, according to most oven manufacturers, leaving the oven on overnight is considered good luck. On average, 6 drops of rain fall on the US every year. In the original Super Mario Bros., if the player beats the game within 5 minutes or less, crack cocaine deposits from the console for the player to enjoy. Staring at tits can actually increase your lifespan. Much like how Michelin is both a tire company and a food reviewing organization, Clorox is responsible for manufacturing bleach and creating the anime Bleach. The CEO of the company eventually inspired Ichigo. Some apples can be cyan. In Mario Party 8 on the board King Boo's Haunted Hideaway, if you bend your Wiimote 13 total times, the world will die. Medical professionals regularly argue on whether if dying is healthy. Donkey Kong is not in Punch-Out for the Nintendo Wii. If you do see Donkey Kong in your copy, quickly eject the disc and burn it. Your copy is infected with the King K-itis. Symptoms of King K-itis include the following: severe coughing, fatigue, massive migraines, fever, the urge to play Where's My Water, allergic reactions, and sometimes the ability to photosynthesize. Please speak with your doctor today if you experience any of these symptoms. Well, that was a complete waste of time through and through. I mean, to be fair, what were you expecting? I like the part where he talked about Tony the Tiger's nips. It's just, I felt this video could have given me something, you know? I mean, you are right that this video could use some minor improvements. Yeah, for one thing, Tony the Tiger does actually have 7 nipples. How do you know that? Yeah, why would you know that? Oh yeah, I pegged him once. You what? I mean, I don't know. We all make rookie decisions. Dude, that's kind of weird, man. Yeah, very. Anyways, I'm going. I need to gentrify New Jersey. Man, the guy's weird.
Oh, you think he's weird? Guess who just pissed in my popcorn bucket? It was me.
Huh.
Alright, what are we watching today?
The thing's done. The outro's gonna play any moment now. See you next mission. Yeah, there you go. I'll see you next video, maybe with something related to...
Oh, hey, there's still a kernel in here.
Hey, what are you doing? Hey, drop that. What the fuck, man?
Ew.
Even I think that's weird. Close the damn
Heck.
video. We don't need to see any more of this.